And welcome one and all to Tales of the Mezzorin, a game where a few nerdy friends come together and pal around for a bit, kill a few things, loot a few bodies, and get up to general fun in the meantime. Today is a opening session, sort of a pregame to the main event, which is to happen tomorrow. Our setting today is in the town of Mezzorin. Many of our PCs in their Zero episodes found their way to this town through one means or another. As some have come by ship, some have come by wagon, some have come broken, others in relatively good moods or through good fortune. Whatever the case may be, our heroes, our adventurers, our cast of characters are currently on the Merchant Road. As they pull in, they'll notice that a large number of people are gathered. The gates this day are filled with activity, as there are caravels and carts, covered wagons, there are horses milling about, and there's just a general look of confusion that goes on as just a mass of people really gathered for Glitteran's annual gathering, this moment of when the harvest comes and the workers go out into the fields, which attracts a great number of beasts and monsters. And so we start with a few individuals making their way through this crowd as they come to this point through various means and various purposes. So let's go ahead and get acquainted with them.
We're outside the gates?
Yes, the gates are open, but for the most part, you're kind of milling about sort of at the main gate into the city.
Do I have a horse?
At present, you do not. You were dropped off by your benefactors.
Great. I'm walking. Like some kind of plebeian.
Oh, that's right. You're a noble. Yeah, you can have a horse.
Okay, I was going to be like, I can't believe I'm walking on my own 2 feet. Rain is probably wearing armor, trying to look as important as she can on her own. Riding, trying to weave through this crowd of people. She's not being like, oh, you all are so beneath me, out of my way, but sort of being like, excuse me, pardon me. Trying to move past people. She's trying to get to either find a guard or find the way to what looks like the noble estate, because that's where she was told to go.
Yeah, you there's a pretty thick number of people currently making their way around, and you're gonna have to roll me a perception check.
Okay. Oh, I should probably open Discord, shouldn't I? That might be smart.
That would be a good start. Yeah.
Perception, not amazing. 3d6 plus 10.
For what you can gather, there's just too much commotion for you to really pick a guard out of the crowd. There are a number of armored individuals that are, dressed with weapons, and you see, the glinting of armor and tabards, but nothing that you would recognize, nothing that looks as official as, a town guard that you can pick out of the crowd.
Cool. Then just gonna try to get through the gates and out of the crowd.
All right. Well, while you're doing that, we'll go to our other individual.
I don't have a horse.
You do not have a horse. You have something much better. It's just on its way here.
Bitchin'.
So go ahead and introduce yourself.
Alrighty. So, Asadi makes sure as she is on the road, she tries to stay in the middle of the path. She wants to stay as far away from the trees as possible. Trees are flammable. She's probably a little mystified by trees. She hasn't really seen trees. She knows sand, and she knows seawater.
You've seen trees before, but nothing ever like these really towering pines. You come from a more tropical climate. You've lived your life out on the sea, so this deciduous conifers are they're massive. They tower over anything else that you've ever seen. It's like the biggest main mast of any ship you could ever imagine.
Ooh, damn.
Yeah, a lot of these trees are like old growth redwoods.
Ooh-wee.
But as you approach, you see the cacophony of people. The smell, 100,000 smells that some you're familiar with, some you're not. The smell of cooking meat and spices, the smell of farm animals, the smell of horses, the smell of mud, all kind of mixed together. It's not a necessarily pleasant smell, but it's certainly not an unpleasant smell. You've certainly smelled much, much worse.
She just kind of looks to the left, looks to the right. Oh my god, they really dump it out of a window? Okay. Okay, I guess.
And go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Okay. There that goes. There's a 14.
14. All right, that's pretty good. So you look around the crowd and you can see, you can pick out the various colors that sort of signify people together, probably in a guild. You know about this festival and how it attracts like mercenaries and free companies and things of that sort. So you can definitely pick you can start to look through and you can see that there's not too many individuals. They're mostly groups. You do notice at the gate, you can see the glittering guards in their sort of just very simple but very official-looking armor. You also notice a Solari woman who seems to be extremely lost and out of place.
She's on a horse, right?
She is.
Very clearly not accompanied by anyone.
Drinks her water skin and thinks, you could probably mooch off of that one for a little bit. She's gonna kind of straighten out her hair a little bit. And when I say straighten out her hair, I mean kind of run her hand through it a couple of times. And this definitely looks like a noble woman, yeah?
She looks clean. she looks clean. Definitely has I mean, at least resources enough to have a horse and clean armor and probably a relatively nice saddlebag.
Alrighty. So, this tiny lady, she looks about she's not even 5 feet.
Amazing.
She's not even 5 feet. But she does have she has literally just glowing hair, glowing eyes, and she has a pretty intricate tattooing on her right arm. And she'll call out in a very strange accent, "My lady."
Igraine will look surprised and look around and be like, just looking for the source of the voice and be like, "Hello?
Down here, madam.
She'll stop her horse. Hello.
Hello. You seem to be lost. Did you need any help finding anything?
Oh, so kind. Yes, I'm looking for, I'm here to see, the Lord and Lady. I just need to find my way in, and, perhaps, a guard or, one of the royal assistants."
Whilst they may be the lords and ladies here, I'm not sure you'll find much in the form of royalty short of them themselves. Although, I can at least show you the front gate.
That would be lovely. I'm having some trouble, getting through, it appears. I'm Igraine, and she'll extend a hand.
I am Asadi.
Thank you, for your assistance, Asadi.
Pleasure is all mine, Igraine. Perhaps something that may be a bit difficult is attempting to maneuver a horse here, especially if you don't know exactly where you're going.
Sure, of course. And she'll get off and lead the horse by the reins.
All right. As you do that, are you guys making your way up to the guards?
Yep. It's taking us to Asadi, if she can, is just gonna take Igraine to the front gate because she's like, we ain't breaking in. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So standing there at the gate, you see a number of guards. These two seem to be on the ground, but you look up on the walls and you can see that there are guards that are on the parapets and within like the guard towers themselves. Most of them look like they're just kind of observing. They don't seem to be too alert. A lot of them are kind of leaning. Some of them are carrying crossbows and whatnot, but they don't look like they're at any high alert at the moment. It seems like the ones that are on their toes are the ones that are on the ground, like those that are inspecting carts and escorting customs officials and things like that. Well, like those that are looking like taxmen that are looking at like carts to make sure that no one's bringing in anything that's like strict, that looks like it's anything that comes into Gwydirin has to be taxed as far as what goes to the market. So they're making sure that none of these bands and these guilds are coming in with like product to sell tax free. But as you make your way up, you see these two guards, and they're standing in front of them at about 3.5 feet or so is a red-haired dwarven woman, and she seems to be rather agitated. She's stomping her feet on the ground, kicking like the dirt at their feet, kind of making a bit of a fuss.
Walk up, sort of aside her and be like, "What seems to be the problem, my lady?"
What my problem is that these two individuals just can't seem to find it in their hearts or their schedules to help someone out who's been robbed. And she'll stamp her foot down again on the male guard's foot, and he goes, "Oh, Dagna, come on! It's not fair!
Stops, slowly turns. Robbed, you say?
Aye, robbed. I'm making my way up the Merchant's Road, not even 2 miles south of here. And out from the bushes pop a few brigands. I made away with my cart, my horse, everything, knocked me off. I've got dirt in me beard, dirt in me hair, dirt all over my clothes. I was bringing a good number of kegs of ale to our tavern. But no, not now. And our friends here seem to be a bit too busy with what's going on to dispatch a few guards to deal with these opportunistic weasels that be hiding on the road.
Real quick, even though this never ends well for me in any of your Fantasy Age games, I want to do an insight check.
Okay, go ahead. Roll your perception.
This never works, but
Empathy if you have it.
9. No, I believe her.
You totally you can't discern whether she's lying or not.
Yeah, no. There'd be no reason for her to lie about something like this.
Yeah. I even offered them a bit of coin, but no, they have standards. She does that. When she says that, she kind of does the thing where her hand is on her hip, and she leans up onto her toes and sort of or kind of waggles from side to side when she says standards. And then she turns back to look at the two of you. What about you two? Look like you're not doing much of anything right now. I could see to it that each of you receives 10 gold pieces apiece.
Looks over to a grade.
How far away did you say these bandits were?
Well, they got me about 2 miles down the road, you know.
How many?
2 miles.
No,
so.
how many bandits?
Oh, at the time it was only 2. Just one really big one, and then one last with a couple of axes. I wasn't in any position to take care of them. I didn't have a hammer. Otherwise, I would have caved in their heads, you know.
And she'll look over to Asadi and be like, I have just met you. I don't want to presume anything.
Oh, you ain't presuming nothing, Nigraine. We hopping on that horse and we gonna get some gold.
And she'll turn back to this dwarven woman and say, extend her hand. Igraine, and your name so that we can find you after this?
Lady Dagna Copperbeard. You'll find me at the Golden Stag. It's in Uptown. One of the nicer establishments.
And upon hearing lady, Igraine will drop a curtsy, because that's the polite thing to do. Of course, do you need these guards are going to let you in the city, correct?
They're not holding anyone out. I don't know why they're standing here.
All right. Hopefully we will see you soon.
She'll nod. A night of free ale if you get all the kegs back.
Excellent.
What was that last part she said?
A night of free ale.
Oh, well.
Excellent.
So you guys turn your way down the road?
Yeah, and Igraine will give Asadi a boost. Either she gets to choose whether she wants to be in front or behind on the horse.
Shit. She actually doesn't know. She's never been on a horse.
All right, so since she's smaller, Igraine will put her in front of her, so she doesn't like have to worry about falling off or anything.
What Asadi will do is she'll throw her hood up, so that way, like, Igraine is not blinded by glowing hair.
Your hair is bright, but it won't burn her if you're worried about that.
No, that's not it. But she's imagining it's like sun glare and shit.
Yeah. So yeah, as you guys
going down the road,
as you guys pull away from the city, you guys make your way out into along the merchant's road, which is pretty quiet. You hear the sounds of water off in the distance, and you hear the sounds of animals, moving around, calling and whatnot. Asadi, every now and then you hear the sound of a toad or a frog.
Hair glows a little brighter. She kind of raises her hand every time she hears a croak of a frog. Specifically, the hand with the tattoos.
So, Miss
go ahead,
Asadi, just sort of idle conversation as we're going along. Where do you hail from?
The sea.
Just the sea.
I pretty much grew up aboard ships.
Oh, my! How lovely! I've never been on a ship before.
It isn't lovely.
Oh, well, in that case, I'm sorry and glad you're here now.
There are upsides to it, though. As for where I was actually born and raised, well, let's just say there was a lot of sand, and it was not a nice place.
My statement that I'm glad you're here now is relevant again.
What of you? Do you have a... Oh, they don't have caliphs here, do they? Do you have a house? I think nobles here are arranged in houses, yes?
Correct. I come from a land far from here called Septimania.
Oh, all right. I imagine that's a nice place.
Oh, it's lovely.
But I'm sad to see you here now.
Oh, thank you, but I think now is not the time for sorrow. We are of course going to get free ale later.
Yes. Steeple's fingers.
Would do so were she not holding reins.
She also gets a big grin on her face as she realizes she can go weapons free.
All right, as you guys are riding down the road, please make me a perception check.
These always go so well for my characters. Oh, 16.
Oh, what kind of roll was it again? Was it perception?
Hearing if you have a focus.
Oh, okay. Well, you just had to show me up.
So as
says the main character.
Excuse you. It hasn't been decided yet.
As you guys are traveling down the road, there is you hear the sound of hooves. A collection of hooves, actually. They're not quite thundering, so they're probably moving at a bit of a trot. You can hear the sound of like a wagon rattling in the background. And as you pass, you're going to see a wagon flanked by 4 riders, 2 in the front, 2 in the back, making their way up on the opposite side of the road of you. The riders in the front, you notice first, and then look at the riders in the back, and they are all similarly armor-clad. 2 females and 2 males. The 2 males look to be human. The 2 females look like they're maybe half-breeds of some kind. You're not exactly sure of what. But they definitely have...
Go ahead.
They definitely don't have strictly human features. Their eyes seem to glow a bit.
I want to see if there are any markings that I recognize, if I can roll maybe intelligence heraldry or some sort of perception to see if I recognize who these people might be.
Yeah, I'll give you heraldry or intelligence military.
Okay. That's supposed to be a +3, so that's 20. It's 6 points. Why did I roll so high?
Oh, get it. Hold on, wait. Let me see if I can just roll 20.
Well, no, it was actually supposed to be +3, so it's actually 20. So you'd have to roll 21.
Okay, let me see if I roll 21. I probably won't, but we'll see. Did not roll 21.
With your roll, you don't really. You know that they're knights, or they have the trappings of knights or paladins of some kind. They're definitely in an order together.
Okay.
That's what you get.
I think. All right. Out of everything, I imagine paladins are just the weirdest thing she's seen, like ever. It's just like, what the fuck?
For you, Agrain, what you notice is you're Miss Johnny on the spot. This group is known as the Eclipsed Blades. They are a holy order of paladins who follow they follow Luminera, is a name that you know from recent conversations.
Yes.
But
we are not too far removed from each other.
Yes. So, but they're paladins. What's more is you know that the 2 riders at the front are one is the captain and one is the lieutenant. And they are related. The woman with the green eyes, her name is Lucretia Caligari, and the other woman is her daughter, Moira. The 2 are, well, Lucretia, you know, is a half-breed. She was born of a human father and a Shivan mother. And you know that she has a husband, a human husband, and her daughter has inherited only a few Shivan traits, mostly just the eyes. But you know that Lucretia has sort of a reputation of being someone who rose above their heritage, because most Shivans have nothing to do with the light. They stay away from it, and understandably so.
So as they pass by, Igraine will do, I don't know, either cross an arm over her chest or just sort of salute respectfully as they pass. If there's a Luminaire keep you or something like that, she'll say that. Just any sort of like sign of respect as they pass.
They'll slow their trot, or at least they'll let the wagon keep on. The two other riders, they move past. Both of you notice that there are 2 passengers in their wagon. One, it looks like a pale-skinned Oni with white hair, who seems to be asleep and recovering. And the other one is an Elvari female with sort of green vestments and a long staff and sort of tattoos on her face, and she sort of catches your two eyes as you guys go by, but she doesn't say anything as the cart continues to go on.
I think, given recent circumstances, upon seeing the passengers, Igraine, Asadi can probably feel her stiffen just a little bit. It doesn't seem like she's afraid. It's just like a sort of like a visceral reaction, maybe.
She's not going to bring anything up about it yet.
Yeah, yet. Sort of looks away from the Elvari.
Well met, Paladin.
Good day.
She'll look you over just once. Servant to Seva.
Yes, ma'am.
I see. Independent now, or are you traveling with the guild?
No, off on my own before I rejoin my order.
I see. Well, it's good to see another servant out. Servant of the gods, out on the road. Where might you be heading?
We just came from Gwendolyn. We heard of some trouble on the road. We thought we'd investigate.
So you're not there for the festival then?
I wasn't. I don't know about my companion. This is. I'm sorry. How rude of me. Lady Igraine Chevrefoil, and this is Asadi.
She's gonna actually mirror. She doesn't actually know how to respectfully address a knight. So she's just gonna do what Igraine did, which might be a faux pas. If it is, it's hilarious. But it's obvious she has no idea. But she'll say, Asadi Noble, right, my ladies?
If you want to, you are totally Asadi. If you want to, you can roll your perception and empathy if you have it.
Okay.
Otherwise, just straight perception. You get the feeling that maybe it was a faux pas, maybe it wasn't. If it was, she doesn't seem to care.
Okay.
She's taking everything in stride, so to speak.
Okay. I figure another part of it is it seems like she really just doesn't know. I don't know, she's probably the type, as long as respect is shown, I don't care.
She'll shrug a bit and look back to Igraine. Well, may light bless you on your journey.
Is there a appropriate response to that, like a and also with you?
It is appropriate to usually say, and you tailor it to your order. So for you, it would be, may the warm embrace of Seva keep you.
In that case, may the warm embrace of Seva keep you.
And they'll both give you, the heart over the hand salute, and they'll continue on.
Waits until they're properly out of earshot. Bad blood between you and them?
Oh no, not at all. I've heard of them. They're the Order of Crossed Blades. Is that what it was, Vinny?
Radiant Blades.
Order of Radiant Blades. They follow a. I suppose our patrons align somewhat. I've never met them, but no, certainly no bad blood.
Huh. All right. Something tells me we're going to see them again as we come back into town.
So it is a very, very large city.
So as the two of you travel along, you finally come to an area about 2 miles out. It looks like there might have been a scuffle here. If you would like to roll your perception with a focus in searching, you may do so.
Well, that's great.
And the Sadi. Well,
How are the turntables?
the two of you notice that there's some horse tracks in the ground, and there's some wagon tracks in the ground that go into the woods. You're not exactly sure where they go from there because there's just so much dense underbrush. You get a feeling that they may have just gone straight back into the woods. You're not really sure.
Perhaps I should set the trap.
Do you have the ability to make traps?
No, not that kind of trap storyteller.
I mean, yeah, no, Sadi's probably going to ask, oh, didn't know you were able to make traps. Awesome.
Oh, no. Perhaps I should get off the horse, or perhaps have my horse lay down next to me. You wait, or you could accompany me, and I could look like I am a poor noble in danger. Perhaps I have hurt myself, and I have all of this money, and I have no way of defending myself.
Agreeing, you're wearing full plate armor and a longsword.
I will, I would of course take off the armor and hide the sword. It is, I would, try to appear as though I was just a poor helpless noble.
I have a slightly better idea that doesn't involve you stripping down.
Okay.
Do you have any like casual nobles clothes?
Yes.
I'll put those on.
All right.
I'll be the bait.
All right. Would you like to borrow some of my my fancy clothes?
Yes.
All right. Let's go off to the side, find a bush to do a costume change in. Probably a bit too long for you, but I can pin them up or something to make it look passable.
Yeah, it's fine. Can you get something with a long sleeve, please? They may think something's up if they see the tattoo.
Sure. Find something for Asadi to wear.
Alrighty. And so she comes out with... I ain't even gonna lie, she looks like Black Sansa Stark with glowing orange hair. So, okay, she doesn't look like Sansa Stark at all.
The only thing that's Sansa about her is the dress.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, if you all wouldn't mind, roll me a perception. Test number, I'm going to say your target number is going to be a 14.
I got it. With 5 stunt points.
Oh,
Means
nice.
nothing, but I have stunt points.
Doesn't necessarily mean nothing. With role-playing stunts...
oh, right, role-playing stunts exist.
Mm-hmm. Exploration. Both of you have... Okay. So I would say with 5 stunt points, you could do advantageous positioning and the upper hand.
Sure, let's do that. I like both of
Okay.
those.
Because as you hear it before you see them. You hear the sounds of people creeping through the woods, and almost as if on cue, there's going to be an arrow shot at you, Asadi.
Let's
So
get it.
I will give you a chance to make an athletics roll to dive behind cover. All you need to do is make a successful 13.
Okay.
Got a 13 exactly. Nice. So, you guys now need to roll initiative. Asadi, as you kind of like duck behind the tree, even in your fancy clothes, you manage to get out of the way, but you hear an arrow fly past that goes right through your hair and kicks some of it up as it just barely misses you. It's like.
Did these motherfuckers take any of my hair off?
They gonna die.
Yes, they did.
I was at first gonna talk to them. That ain't happening this time.
All right, they're all going to go on the same initiative, and they get a 17.
Boo.
Tim,
Initiative is based on dex, yes?
Yes, you roll
Sorry.
your 3d6 plus your initiative modifier. If you have a focus on initiative, it is an additional +2.
So it's them, me, Asadi.
Okay, so what you guys see is you see 4 individuals.
No problem.
Actually, I need both of you. Hang on for just a second here. I need to look at something. I need each of you to. Just need to find the proper word. Really? Interesting. Okay. Give me 1 second here. Okay, let's see here. Each one of you, please roll me your perception.
Not good. 11.
Nice. Asadi,
Mm-hmm.
as you're standing there and you see these four pop out, you notice that moving through the underbrush, that one of these or that they are not alone, and you can see a hyena with a chain link collar, sort of working to flank the two of you.
Alrighty. Yeah, no. Speaking of free action,
Yeah.
she'll shout out. They've got a hyena trying to flank.
A what?
And,
I've seen them
you can
before.
hear it- you can hear it as this.
It's fine. It's basically a laughing cheetah. You know what a cheetah is, yes?
I've read books, but. Alright, come at us.
All right.
My defense is 14.
So the first one is coming at Igraine. 18.
That hits.
All right. And with 5 stunt points, this one is going to do lethal blow.
Of course they are. Roll once, roll once, roll once, roll once. Yay!
Damage. What's your armor?
Oh, right, I forgot I have armor. My armor is 5, so I take 3.
Yep. Don't you have a shield, or are you just going one?
I do not
one
have a
weapon?
shield. It's one weapon.
Okay.
I am not a frontline person.
All right. The second one is going to make an attack on you with their bow. This is the one that shot at Asadi with 6 stunt points.
I think that hits.
Yep, that's a 19, and they are going to lethal blow and skirmish you. So actually, you know what? They're going to skirmish you 6 times. So they're going to move you a total of 12 feet away from Asadi.
Okay.
Because I don't fancy overloading you with damage on the first session.
That's so kind. And so out of character.
It is 9 damage.
Alright.
9 piercing damage, actually.
Piercing, so my armor's half. Does it round up or down?
I'm going to say it rounds down.
Okay, so that means it becomes 2, so I take 7.
Okay. So this bolt, this longbow, this shot from it literally hits you with such force it sends you tumbling backwards a good 12 yards, actually. You land on your feet, but you get knocked very far away from Asadi.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very far away from Asadi. Next up is the one with the axes, and that one is going to go after Asadi.
Not the mage!
It's fine.
That's a
Keep the mage
16.
first. You know that fucking hits.
Why do they have +5 to hit?
That's basic.
Is it?
That's 3 in an attribute plus a focus.
Oh my god.
I want you to understand something, that when I put you guys up against the things that are on your level, every single one of you that fought something that was on your level in the 0 episodes whipped its ass. Tim here, fucking Asadi, took on something that was above her level and whipped its ass.
I took on something that was above my level and I got my ass whooped, so...
You were the outlier on that one. That is 7 damage.
7 damage, then.
Yep.
7 damage.
And, as she comes down, or as this woman runs up, she's got a look in her eyes like she's probably not completely hinged. She has a savageness to her, and she just charges you. And she jumps up with both axes in hands and brings them both down on either shoulder, cutting fairly deep in. And the last one is the last big guy. He is about twice the size of you, Agrain.
Cool.
He is going to give you a run for your money. That is going to be.
What is he hitting me with? I'm 12 yards away.
Oh, that's right. Well, then he is going to spend his action to move. What is his speed? He has enough speed to actually get up to you. Speed is 14. And he is going to take a swipe at you with his hand. And you notice that on his hand he has a pair of they look like knuckles.
Mm-hmm.
See, it looks like he's something of a brawler. It's a 15 hit.
Yes.
And he is going to use the stunt knock prone. Because he has 2 stunt points.
Mm-hmm.
So that is going to be 1d6 plus 9. Yeah, 9. That is 14 bludgeoning damage.
Okay, so I take 9.
Yep.
Ouch.
So yeah, you get in a quick succession. One of the guys comes up and swipes at you with his longsword. Does very little in the way of damage. The second person hits you with the bow or with the arrow, which does some damage, but knocks you really far away from Asadi. And then the third guy hits you hard enough that your armor actually kind of buckles under his knuckles. Like you feel the armor, like you feel the indentation that's been made and is going to be very permanent until you see an armor.
You know what I wish I had?
What do you wish you had?
A solar sword!
You got your regular longsword though, and it's
bastard sword.
Yeah, you got your bastard sword. Who is up next?
Me.
All right, it's your go.
How close are the other 3 to each other?
Relatively close.
Would you say they're within 2 yards of each other?
Are you also about to smite them with holy fire?
Yes, they are.
Oh, do you have holy fire?
I have flame blast, which is functionally the same thing.
Oh, cool. Yeah, she's less worried about herself and she wants this up because this lasts for a couple turns, so she's going to try and cast Holy Light. Which is 3d6 plus 4 with a target number of 10. Yeah. I do it. So, the ones that are in the light, which is everyone but the guy who's on me, and I guess the hyena, they need to make a test, a willpower faith test versus my spell power. But on the start of their turn. So, unless you want to do that now.
It's when they enter into it, if they walk into it. So you're literally.
Or if they start their turn.
Yeah. Well, no, it starts on their turn when they.
The creature enters the area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there. It is engulfed in holy flames.
Okay, so then that is your move?
Yes.
Asadi.
Alrighty, the 3 dudes that are clumped up are gonna catch a flame blast.
Okay, do your thing.
Alright, it's those stun points, unfortunately, but they all gotta make saves and such.
Okay.
Their dexterity and their dexterity with the acrobatics focus.
Okay. Just getting the damage thing up and ready.
Alright, and if I remember correctly, spell power is equal to 10 plus my willpower plus any relevant specialties, right?
Yes.
So mine is 14 right now. Because Fire Arcane is a hell of a drug.
Okay, so can you? What's their save again?
It's dexterity with the acrobatics focus. The archer's probably going to be good.
All right. So, and the target number is 14. You said yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So, guy with a long sword is going to roll his check. Guy with a long sword. He just passes.
Just made it. Alrighty. Do you want me to? Do you want me to do my damage rolls on them as you're rolling, or do you want me to just do them all in one go?
We're gonna do it all in one go because they're standing together.
Okay.
Guy, the one with the bow, just fine. One with the axes who hit you is not okay though.
Makes sense. He's the closest one. Alrighty. So this is going to be the first dude. First dude takes 6.
Okay.
Second dude takes 7.
Okay.
And third dude takes 13.
Oh yeah, they didn't like that at all.
But now guess what they have to do?
Now they each have to take how much? Go ahead and roll your damage.
Oh, they have to make a willpower faith test against my spell power.
Okay, let's see here.
I guess I could roll my damage though, because it's if they succeed, they don't take the extra. They don't take my willpower; they just take the 1d6. So I guess I could still roll damage.
First one makes it with a 14 or 15. Second one hits it with 15.
Okay.
The axe lady is just not having a good day.
Okay, so I'll just roll, and then the axe lady will take it, and then the guys will just take the d6. So the guys only take 1, but the lady takes 5.
Okay.
Considered piercing if they're penetrating if they're undead demons or devils.
They are not any of the above.
Okay.
What about if they're hooligans?
This isn't Mother's angry stare. This is holy light.
Damn. I mean, it's functionally the same thing.
Depends on who you ask. All right, so let's see here. All right. So let's see here. Ooh.
Come at me.
I think they're gonna do that.
Come at me.
Yeah, Axe Lady is not looking so hot.
Don't hurt the mage.
She's gonna break and go for you. The one with the long sword is also gonna charge you, and the one with the bow is going to stay on with Asadi.
Make sure they have enough speed to get to me this turn.
They definitely do.
Okay.
They're cantankerous sort. All right, so.
But they don't get onslaught bonuses because I am a single weapon novice. Sorry, journeyman.
Yep. So let's see, 3d6 plus 6.
Plus 6?
Okay. Yeah.
I thought they had a +5 to attack.
Nope. No. One of them does. That's the one with the axis has a +5.
Okay, cool. So that one, my defense is 14, so they hit. Unless that's not how this works in this game.
No, it's a hit.
Okay, cool.
That's 10 damage.
I take 5.
Second one is going to roll to hit you. Because she really doesn't like you. She looks like she's fucking livid.
She misses.
A 12, yeah. She misses. She whisks wide. The brute is going to roll his attack. He gets an 18.
I think that hits.
Yep. You were knocked prone on the last one, weren't you?
No, they skirmished me.
No, the brute. We'll worry about it next time. But this time he does have 4 stunt points. He is going to lethal blow or mighty blow, and he is going to knock you prone.
Okay.
So that will take up your movement action to get up.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. You're gonna roll his on the 6 plus 9. That is 14.
Okay. 9.
All right, and then the bow lady is going to make a attack on Asadi. That is a 14. Does that hit?
Yeah.
Okay. Because this is a bow, it's a little bit more forgiving in its damage. That is 10 damage.
That is the most damage I've taken in one shot yet.
All right. Consider you were fighting a fucking T-Rex not too long ago. That's impressive.
Yeah.
I miss Emmy. I want to be able to heal myself as a minor action.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that.
No. I said I miss Emmy. I want to be able to heal myself as a minor action. I cannot heal myself as a minor action.
Oh, okay. Well, you have the healing arcana now.
I don't have the healing arc. Well, I mean, I do, but I don't have that as like. There's that whole miracle worker thing that lets you do it as a.
Oh, as a minor. Okay. Okay.
So I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna hit the axe lady's on me, right? She's the one that looks bad.
She's not looking so hot.
All right, it will hit her.
Okay.
Which is 16.
That is a hit.
Okay. I do 2d6 plus 1. She's gonna take 5, and then whoever. Are there 2 guys left in the radius, or within 4 feet of the radius?
The only one who is left in the radius is the bowman.
All right, cool. I'll just move it so that I make sure that they start their turn in it.
All right, so you're putting the holy light on them.
Yes, which can be done as a minor action.
Okay. Asadi, it is your turn.
Alrighty, so how far away is Igraine from me?
12 yards.
12 yards. Okay. She's familiar enough with her spells. This is okay. So what she's gonna do is I can assume that the enemies are a yard away from her, right?
They're within melee range of her, so about a yard, maybe. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to use some of my move to move exactly 3 yards, and then I'm a flame blast them.
Okay.
So the flame blast pretty much just hits them and not a grade.
Do your thing.
I'm so glad I have enough justification to do this because I know my fire spells. Watch me fail this spellcast. Be so mad.
Fine. You'll be fine.
Oh yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, you good.
They all need to make those same checks. Those dex checks.
Against 14, you said?
Yep.
First one makes it. Second one makes it. And Brute makes it.
That's fine. They're still taking some damage. First one takes 7.
Okay. Okay.
Second one takes 5.
Axe Lady is looking a little worse for wear.
And last one takes 6.
And the Brute takes his first damage. All right. So yeah, Asadi, as you sort of weave your hand over the arcane focus of your tattoo, you draw that orb of fire into your hand, this familiar spell that you use, and when you lash it out with your hand, you send that orb, and it hits the ground, and it just envelops into this wall of flame. You hear the thug go, "Ah!" The one with the sword, as his skin begins to bubble a bit. You hear just the lady with the axe and the big brute sort of growl out with this bestial call, and that is when thing has been holding their turn. You've noticed there, so it's not a stealth attack. The direwolf or the hyena is going to come up to you. 16 hit.
Yeah.
You take 6 damage.
Okay.
All right. It is back to the top of their turn. However, the thing is going to happen, and I need to.
One of them needs to make a test against my spell power.
Yes, that's going to happen, definitely. It's their willpower, correct?
Yes.
Do not have a focus in willpower. They all are in faith, but they do have it in morale. But that's not going to help them here. First one hits a 14.
There's only one of them.
In your holy light?
Yeah, you said there was only one of them.
I thought you moved it.
Yeah.
To in front of you, right?
Oh, no, I can only move it on each of my turns as a minor action. I can move the yards equal to my willpower, so it's too far away because they moved me like 12 yards away.
Okay.
So I was just keeping it on the one person that's there.
Okay. Well, then I will take the second roll for the bow person, and they failed.
Okay. They take 10 damage.
Oh, and the wolf is also going to take, or not the wolf, but the hyena is going to take radiant damage as well. I gotta look. I don't know what kind of willpower this thing's rocking.
Does it have willpower?
It does. It passes.
Okay, so it takes 1d6. Fun.
So Wolfie, or hyena, takes. Let's see here. You hear it go. But I think that is it. So. So let's see here. How many people here speak Elvish or Elvari?
Elvari?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Nope.
I speak Solar.
Well, you're gonna hear. You're going to hear "heads up" shouted out in common.
Okay.
So, let's see here. Ow. All right, everybody needs to make a perception test. I'm going to give you guys a +2 on it, as you're the good guys.
19.
You're fine. You are totally fine.
$16 good to go?
You're good to go, and I just need to see theirs. Whew, not so good for them. This is going to have to happen 5 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody but the axe lady is going to be fucked for a second here. So.
Well, that's good. We can take care of the axe lady. She was already pretty injured.
Hang on for just a second. Sorry about that. Okay. One of them is going to take 2d6, and willpower is 4. All right, so this is going to go down the line. So for the sword guy, takes 12 damage. For bowman, takes 15. Axe lady takes 8. And big guy takes 7. And the wolf takes 13. Since you guys aren't blinded, what you see... Give me just a second here. You guys hear me all right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Good, good. You see this, the woman from the back of the cart, standing there, her staff glowing with what looks to be like the energy of the sun. And yeah, these guys. Let's see here. I just need to do some math here.
They're all dead instantly.
I don't think so, but none of them are happy. I can tell you that much. Okay. So that one is there. That one is there. I don't know what's going to happen to Axe Lady.
She did.
No, she's not. I don't think any of them are dead. Okay. So, the guy with the sword kind of goes like, "Ah!" And you know, he throws off like his helmet and whatnot, and like it's just kind of like this sizzle, like underneath. Asadi, that bowman, looking really rough in front of you. Like, you know, the clothes are like slightly burning. Skin looks like they've gotten third-degree burns all over them. The axe lady is kind of in the same shape. The big brute, he's sizzling, but he looks enraged. And the hyena's fur is a little bit smoldering, but otherwise looks okay. So, everybody but the axe lady can't do anything because they've been blinded. Axe lady is going to do her best to try and kill you, Igraine. Or maybe not. 19?
I think that hits.
And then in a 19,
I think that hits.
She is going to attempt a lethal blow on you. It's 3d6 plus 5. It is 15 slashing damage.
Great, I take 10.
Okay. It is now your go.
Cool. I want to hit her.
Okay.
And real quick, let me know if this, okay, first I should probably see if I hit.
You hit?
Right, let me know if this would drop her, because if it would drop her, I wanna like take her to in captain and then do something. But
Okay.
I'll see how much damage happens. I missed my solar blade. It's just 4.
How do you do it?
Oh, cool. I want to take the sword and hit her with the flat end of it.
Okay.
And then I want to sort of maneuver so that I have my sword at her throat, so that when these guys come to, they see me like poised like this, and I want to say to them, because I'm assuming they can still hear me even if they're blinded.
Yeah.
Call it off or she dies.
Fairly just ultimatum. Asadi.
Do you want me to make a communication test?
You know what? Yes.
Yes. Damn. Why? Why? I have so much. I have so much.
Well, let's see what they got. This is a morale test, and they do have a focus
It's
in
fine.
this.
I guess she just dies. I'll just kill her.
None of them.
Cool. That's fine.
None of them care.
That's
Even.
she'll just die. It's whatever.
So you're just gonna offer, because basically what they say is they're like, "We don't care. Get her."
Then I slash her throat, and I want to move away.
Okay.
Slash her throat and then move away my 14 yards that I can move.
Okay.
Just made it with 2 stun points.
You want to add a lethal blow to that, or a mighty blow to that, so that way it's an additional 1d10.
Let me check spell stunts, because spell stunts are slightly different, and I don't remember them off the top of my head.
Stun.
Lethal or mighty spell or lethal spell or whatever it's called
It
is
does an
2
extra d6 damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it costs 5.
No,
that's,
mighty spell
that-
is just 2.
Yeah.
Oh, I see it. Honestly, what I was gonna do, because this would honestly help as well, increase my spell power by 2, up to 16.
Ooh. Okay then.
So that way they now have to beat 16.
Can they if they're blinded?
They automatically fail all tests, actually. While
Oh,
they're blinded.
if that's the case, then
You want to pump that? Want to make that a little bit more potent?
yeah, we'll make it a little more potent. Axe Lady's still up, right?
Actually, he's dead.
I killed her.
Oh, crap,
The green
baskets.
slashed her throat.
It's all right.
But the bow lady is standing in front of you, and she's like, she's got her eyes closed. She's trying to shake them. She's got like the back of her forearm holding an arrow against her eyes, and she's just like, ah!
She's getting the extra d6. She dealt like 3 damage. She dealt 10 damage to me earlier.
You just do it. To everyone, right?
No,
What do you mean?
for Mighty Spell, it's just one person. Like, it's one target.
Oh,
Like-
okay.
Lethal Spell is everybody and their mama.
I see one target. Got it.
So, how many dudes have I gotten? I've gotten like 3 dudes. Right?
If you're shooting the bow, the bowman's the only one standing next to you.
There's still 2 more on a grain, though, correct?
Yes, but they are
I'm good.
currently blinded.
I'm getting those 2 dudes
Okay.
to free up a grain, so that way she can just be like, fuck them, and fuck their money.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your damage.
One of them has a sword, and the other one's the brawler, right?
Yeah. One of them's a sword, one of them's a big guy.
Alrighty. You know what? Just to overkill him and make sure he's super dead, the dude with the sword's gonna get the extra d6.
Okay.
Because you said he was just in much worse shape. So that's for the brute guy. Brute guy takes 12.
Okay.
And this is going to be for the dude with the sword. He takes 14.
How do you do it?
It's not necessary. It's not really like she doesn't want to necessarily inflict pain on these dudes. So, you know, as much as she can do that by setting them on fire, what she does is she actually focuses the flames on him and makes them burn a little bit brighter, so that way his passing is actually, he doesn't feel nearly as much pain.
Well, he's gonna die screaming in agony either way. Because
it's a bit less. It's a bit less, Vinny.
It happens.
Let me have
this. Quicker. It happens quicker. He loses consciousness before he dies.
Fine.
Before he hits the ground and begins to just kind of like melt, like his skin begins to bubble and cook. So yeah, it is the woman is going to kind of stand back, and it is Igraine's turn again because everybody else is still fucking blinded for another 2 rounds after this one.
Oh, okay, great. I was gonna heal myself because I'm not looking too hot, but if they can't attack me, then might as well. Brawler guy is the guy who's closest to me who I can attack because it's Brawler guy and Bow lady, right?
Yes, Brawler guy and the Bow lady are still the only 2 standing aside from the hyena.
Cool. I'm attacking the Brawler guy. Please? Come on, Dice Roller. Come on, Dice Roller. You can do it. Come on, Dice Roller.
You spaced him out. Oh, there it goes. 14?
Oh, I don't see it. Does that hit?
It hits.
All right, cool. That's 2d6 plus 1. 4.
You slash into him, and he kind of makes like a grunt. Just like, like that.
Amazing.
That hurt. Stop that. As he's patting out the flames on his thick, burly hide.
You stop it.
Yeah, we can get this down to just pretty much him.
And the Bow lady.
The Bow lady. So, what you doing there, Asadi?
Yeah, no, Bow lady's getting Bow lady and the hyena are getting a good dose of fire again.
Yeah, she's barely standing. She's like blinking hard, like tears are coming out of her eyes because like her retina's kind of burnt or a little bit burnt out.
Ooh.
Like she's been hit with like a spotlight, like directly in the face. So she's still seeing colors.
Just barely made it, but I made it.
Okay.
Oh, are they still blinded or no?
They're blinded. They can't make that dex roll.
Okay. What about? Oh, is the hyena combat too?
Yes.
Damn. Alrighty. Bow lady takes 7.
Okay. How do you do it to her?
I don't know how much I can heroically describe some people motherfuckers getting set on fire. The only thing that I may throw out though, for since a grain's got like, it definitely it sounds. This doesn't sound like a prayer, and it doesn't sound like necessarily like a normal wizardry incantation. It's almost as if she's this is a command to something, like she's commanding something to do something. But anyway, motherfucking hyena. Hyena takes 9.
Okay. The hyena just.
Is the hyena gonna keep fighting? I want to fight the hyena.
The hyena is still going to fight when it has its opportunity because it's trained to obey commands and you've harmed it. Actually, let me take a look here. 14. Oh no. Oh no. Hyena makes a wild yelping howl as it is as you burn it to a crisp.
Oh shit.
It bucks upwards and like it's flailing its legs, like trying, and it starts rolling, and it just makes this horrible. As you like watch the fur burn off of it, and like the fat stores underneath the skin begin to bubble out.
Okay, she feels bad about that one.
Yeah, it makes this horrible noise before finally just. It screams so loudly it can scream no more, and after a while, just steam and smoke begin to come out of its mouth as its lungs are like superheated. And the hyena, is very dead.
I just kind of. How's this? Not that she knows she's not Sylvari. She's I'll remember your elf names, Vinny. I'm sorry.
Solari.
Okay. No, the other one, not the green. The other one.
Oh, the other one?
Yeah, the green one. Yeah.
She looks a little sad.
Yeah,
she's not so happy about it. Yeah, she's just like, she's kind of got the look in her face, only it's just a little bit more with, a bit more of a pout to it.
It's just like, damn, really? Did you really need to go ham like that?
All right. Agreed. It is your turn.
Cool, this is their last turn stunned, right?
This is the last turn. He is stunned. He is just like.
Cool. I'm gonna move over to Asadi and cast Healing Touch on myself. Unless Asadi, how are you looking over there?
I also have Healing Touch. Don't worry about me.
Oh, okay, awesome. Great. So let me see what I can do. I need to make a test. +4. Yes, it works. So I don't have mana powers or MP. So does that just mean I only get
Healing Touch? Healing Touch is always considered to be at its highest ebb.
Oh, sweet. So I can spend up to 3.
No,
so
it's always considered
for
as
each it gets back.
It's considered to be the highest amount.
Okay, cool.
So you always get the full number of dice.
I get back 13.
Very nice.
Yay! Cool.
All right, Asadi. Who else are you going to horribly kill this round?
It's going to be nobody because I don't want this to be a fucking massacre. I mean, that's kind of what it is, but.
I gave them the opportunity to stand down, but they didn't. So, I tried.
Asadi hasn't tried. she's going to hold out her hand, and she's going to call out to the last ogre. She's going to say, your comrades have fallen. If you choose to leave now, you may leave. You can keep your life. If you choose to keep fighting, that is your prerogative.
I don't know what prerogative means. You're making fun of me. All I know is Stewie in charge now. And he's gonna run directly at you if that's your action.
I tried.
Yeah, we tried.
Stewie, Lord of the Bandits. So, are you gonna attack him, or?
Oh, yeah, no, I'm gonna fucking set this dude on fire now. I gave him his chance. Is he still blinded or no?
He won't be at the start of his turn, but he looks like he's starting to get his bearings around him. He's like blinking now in his eyes, so you can tell like they're focusing.
Alrighty.
Alright, go ahead and roll your damage.
Alrighty, I'm going to put. Well, hold on, let me check my. I think there's only one thing that's really applicable here, which is kill it harder. But let's see.
Okay. You can knock him back with skirmish, I think.
This was a spell cast.
Okay.
Skirmish don't. We can't do that. But I'm gonna mighty spell him, and I don't really have too much else I can necessarily do. So we'll just do powerful casting, even though it kind of doesn't really do anything.
Yeah. Alright, go ahead and roll them bones.
Oh! Oh, God.
Amazing.
So, Asadi, as Stewie, as you're kind of curling your hand around that arcane tattoo again, and you're gathering up the power that flows within your blood, and you're drawing out the natural essence of arcane energy, kind of binding it together, forming that orb of flame. Stewie's eyes kind of focus, and he begins to run at you, and he pulls both swords off of his back, clangs them together as he's running, and begins to shout out as he's coming at you. And as he comes at you, you see his eyes just go into like a blind rage. And it looks like he's just going all out, like he's just going to recklessly charge you. As you release this bolt of fire, it travels with such speed and velocity that it sort of narrows, and it goes right into his mouth.
Oh, no.
Oh, yikes.
And he stops. And he throws down his swords, and he's like got his mouth closed, his cheeks bulge out, and he's looking around like, and then he basically explodes. His from the neck up just goes, and like an eruption, like a geyser of fire comes from spouting up from his neck.
We gave you the chance.
And like all of the muscle and skin just bubbles until it turns to like just a black charred surface, and then the body falls over, still steaming out of the hole. The skull, the head, the skull comes down completely charred but devoid of any flesh or any organic material. Just hits the ground at your feet, Asadi. And the entire area smells like burnt hair leather, clothing, and meat.
Asadi's gonna say, I guess he didn't like spicy food.
That was one liner. And she'll just let's first, and she'll turn to the Elvari if she's still there.
She's putting her hood back over her head and looks like she's turning to leave.
Thank you.
She'll look back at you and nod. Go ahead, Asadi.
Oh, she's gonna ask, hey, excuse me, why'd you help us?
You looked like you were in need of help.
Well, I can't offer her share of what we're getting, but if you ever need some mail or anything, let me know.
She'll nod and she'll walk on by.
Right, time to loot the bodies.
Is this... So, actually, you know what? This is going to be a hilarious amount of ignorance because she's never on land. Asadi's going to say, all right, great, now to look for those bandits.
I think Grace just laughs because she doesn't get that that she's being serious. Oh, good one.
Wait, what do you mean? We need to find the bandits.
Oh, I found them, and she'll point to the dead bodies.
Wait, really? These were bandits?
What did you think bandits were?
I mean, I thought bandits were powerful warriors that would ruthlessly pillage and take people's belongings. They just kind of shot at us. I just thought they were citizens and we invaded their turf.
That's not generally what normal citizens do.
Really?
Yes, if unless of course you're trespassing on, but it would be obvious that this land was theirs, and it's really not.
Oh. Shit.
Even if you were just trespassing, I doubt they would just fire upon you without confronting you first.
Right. Shit, I would have kept one alive so that way we could ask them where all the ale was.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Loot the bodies.
Why are you... Asadi's kind of horrified that the noble woman is looting bandit bodies. She's sitting there like, what?
Agreeing, you sort of hear, sort of in your inner, like the inner depths of your soul, you feel sort of like that warmth you associate with Seva, and you just kind of get this sensation of like
I don't think that listen, okay. She doesn't necessarily care about coin. She's looking for anything of it didn't seem like they had any magic things, but looking for that, or looking for if they had I don't know, a key to something, or like stuff like that. She's not looking for like just coin.
gonna turn in these dead bodies.
Yeah, looking to see if, like, maybe if they had a symbol, or a map, or things like that.
Okay, you definitely can find a map. It kind of shows the main road and a way back to their camp.
Oh,
But
look what I found.
but you kind of feel just this sense of disappointment with your lack of tact with these people that have died.
They tried to kill us.
Maybe they deserve a little bit of dignity in death, even if they are bandits.
I'll line them up. Set up like a makeshift pyre, and turn to Asadi and be like, should did try to kill us, but I'm not going to just leave the bodies here.
Oh, right. We can't just dump them. Right. Well, this seems very stereotypical, but you know what? It's fine. Are burning bodies okay here? Is that something we can do? Or is that, like, offensive?
No, that's fairly common.
Okay, great.
And I don't have a shovel to bury them.
She is gonna take the fucking bow chick's bow, though.
Okay.
She can't even use it. She can't even use it. She's just mad.
The bowstring has burnt through, but the bow is still in good shape. The actual shaft of the bow is in shape, and the quiver is fine. You'll need to purchase a new bowstring for it.
That's fine. She can't even use it anyway. She's just like, this is my fucking bow. This is mine now.
Before you guys set them ablaze, you guys can each roll a perception test, searching. You inhuman monsters, you.
What do you? They tried to kill us.
I'm not a human.
We gave them. Okay, first of all, ditto. Second of all, they tried to kill us. We gave them multiple opportunities to stop, and I have 15 with 5 stop points.
I'm sorry. I got 17.
That's fine. You can be better at that.
Okay. What you find on them is you find that each of them has 6 gold pieces apiece. The humans do. You find about 3 days rations between the 4 of them. So that's about 12 days worth of rations. And I hope you guys are writing this down.
Can you put it in the Fantasy Age Discord channel, please?
I got it. Don't worry.
Okay. On the sword that belonged to the sword guy is actually fairly well built. Everybody else's weapons look like they're kind of rusty, or they've got like big chips and divots in them. But
magic,
the
though,
long
is
sword, no, it is not.
Darn it.
You find on the man with the sword, you find a emblem. If my thing wants to. You find an emblem which is a symbol, a holy symbol of Vindicus. Vindicus. It belongs to Vindicus. Go ahead and make me an intelligence religion check.
Okay. I think
I have that.
Yes, I do.
Can I just do intelligence?
Yes.
Sweet.
16 with 1 stunt point, but it doesn't matter because it's an intelligence check.
Definitely looks like it's not a very nice god. It looks like kind of like a gnarled fist. This symbol. But for 16, Vindicus is a god of vengeance, and is the was the former lover of Ajair, which is the eldest sister to Ysera and Seva.
So does Sava not like him? Or is he like cool? Or is it like neutral?
Seva pities him because they're the child that Ashair and Vindicus had together was murdered. And the reason that he became this god of vengeance as opposed to this god of like Swalart like honor and whatnot, he was consumed by grief at the loss of their son. So Seva pities him.
All right,
She does
cool.
not hate him.
Cool. So I'll put the symbol sort of on the sword dude's chest.
Mhm.
And say a quick prayer over his body.
Okay. And do you guys just go ahead and set them up?
Yep.
All right. So you light the bodies. They're already pretty well toasted and charred, but this pyre definitely reduces them to their basic elements. And Igraine, you feel a certain satisfaction as though you've kept to your duty. Asadi, you know about burials at sea. You know honor among your comrades. In the day that you had your crew, it probably would have been better that if you had died with them, that you all passed over together. Even though they are bandits and brigands and they stole and they try and kill you, they are still mortal beings, living beings, and the two of you have done right by them, especially in a moment where you really, where anybody outside of the Holy Order would have not blamed you for just leaving them where they lie.
Let's find the cap. See if they still have the ale there.
Wouldn't be surprised if a good amount of it was missing. Or empty.
Could bring back what we can.
And you guys follow the map, and you come to their camp, and it's a modest camp. It's just a couple of lean-to tents. You notice that the one that's a little bit more opulent looks like it was made for two people. You notice that the other one looks like it's just for one person, and you can see a lot of like shaggy fur along all of like the bedroll. And then there seems to be just a big hollowed out tree with a whole bunch of just random loose ends, but the wood inside the tree looks like it's been stressed and it's conformed to the shape of a larger person.
Where's the ale?
There is a wagon behind all the tents.
Excellent. I don't actually have anything to hitch this to my horse. So this will be fun.
She'll look around. Is there a horse there?
You do not see a horse.
Kind
Are
of
there
rubber
hitching
tit.
supplies?
There's your basic camping supplies. Wood. There's more rations. Probably about a good another 20 days worth of rations. There's a pot with what looks to be some lukewarm stew in it. It's got that like film over it.
There's no like tack to hitch this wagon onto a horse.
No.
Cool.
Looks like all the straps and the rigging are not with the wagon.
Awesome. Great.
It is a four-wheeled wagon, though, not a two-wheeler. So you don't need to actually support it on yourself to move it.
Oh, okay. Sweet. If it's not the stupidest idea ever, I guess we can try to push it.
Okay. If each one of you want to go ahead and make me strength checks and then stamina checks.
Cool. I mean, Constitution.
Or Constitution, yes. Sorry.
Strength. Not great. Another 2 for con. Good with con, not so good with strength.
So, not the strongest, but you guys definitely don't wind yourselves pushing this thing back. Once you get back to the gate, some of the commotions kind of calm down.
I also have my horse with me.
Yeah.
just want to make that clear. I did not abandon my horse.
Yeah. It takes a while. It's dark by the time you guys get back. But you can see that most of the people that can't afford the inns are essentially just hanging outside, and they've set up like little. Some of them actually look like they have like prepared for this, and they have like these big opulent tents. Others have just sort of these make-do canvas tents, which they seem to be totally fine with. But you smell the smells of stew and ale and all of that sort of thing in the night air, along with the smoke of a dozen or hundreds of campfires.
Oh, I am starving. Let's go to that inn.
Sounds good.
I need to wash up before, I present myself to the nobility anyway.
Oh,
That's probably not happening tonight.
right.
So you guys make it into the inn, and the guards, they actually help you with the last leg of getting this thing back to where it goes. Someone might have put in a word that they felt a little bit bad about, not really helping all that much. So, when you come in, you see Dagna, and she comes around and she's like, "Oh, that took you a while. You all both looking a little rough."
'Twas certainly an adventure.
Ah, did you get the ale?
'Tis outside, in the wagon. Is there a stable, nearby?
I'll put the boy Frederick on it. Don't need to worry.
Thank you.
And she'll kind of look you over. If you're both looking to get paid, you want to go talk to Scarlett over there? And she will point you towards this lady. She looks like she's in her mid to late 30s. She's got dark circles under her eyes, but she's got her arms are pretty look like they're pretty muscled. She's got a pretty fair complexion, but there's years of the weight of serving people. Definitely makes her look a little bit older than normal. But as she sees the two of you, she'll kind of smile. So you're the two that got my ale back.
It would appear so.
Yep.
What was the asking price that Dagna put for you out? How much gold?
Was 10, I believe.
10 each.
She'll nod.
As free ale for the night.
She'll nod, and she'll walk over to the counter, and she'll whisper over to one of the serving women, who go off, and they go into the back. And when they come back, or while she's gone, she takes out 2 tankards, fills it with ale, and puts it on the bar in front of each of you.
Gonna down that.
Oh, hella.
It's really good, actually. This ale is not hoppy at all. It goes down very smoothly, and it's thick, too.
Amazing.
When you take it down,
praise Seva.
when you take it down, it has a very instant warming effect. And if any of you, or actually, we give you the intelligence check, Asadi.
Yee. It's a 13 with 4 stunt points.
This is known as Dwarven Arbor. It's not a cheap ale. This would probably run you about a gold piece a pot, a cup, or a tankard, especially one of that size. It is known for the fact that it has a mild enchantment to it. It has a certain affinity for fire. So as you drink it, your hair actually begins to sort of lift from your shoulders slightly, and the strands of your hair begin to move like flames, or at least the tips of them. They kind of flow behind you, like the mane of your hair becomes like a flame itself. You feel warmer. Your eyes glow a little bit brighter, and like an aura of flame actually burns out of it. When fire elementals drink this is pretty much as close to a perfect type of ale that isn't specifically made by espers that you can get.
She smiles. Because this is that good shit.
Did it get warmer in here, or is it just me?
Nah, it's me.
Oh, excellent.
I think I'm getting drunk tonight.
You and I are going to get along just fine, she says, lifting her glass as well.
Fucking does that impromptu toast. Not one to leave her girl hanging.
As you do that, the other woman comes back, and she hands Scarlet a leather coin purse, and she counts out 10 gold pieces, and she will hand them over, or she'll set them down on the bar in front of each of you.
Sadi, you can have mine. I do not. Money is not a concern for me, and you killed most of them.
I mean, what's yours is yours, though. But I'm going to give you exactly one more chance to turn it down.
No.
Before I take that.
Please, it is the least I can do.
All right. Is secretly happy.
No, you gotta do that polite thing where like, no, I'll pay for the thing. No, I'll pay for the thing. So she gets it, but she genuinely wants you to have this.
Okay, so she'll. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, she was like, Asadi was just going to start doing small talk stuff. She was just going to ask. So, if I can ask, what did bring you here? You mentioned you had to meet with the lord and lady of this town, but not too much beyond that.
I am. My order has been called upon to fight a dangerous battle, and I am my lady. I'm a squire, actually. So, the knight that I serve sent me here to prepare.
Hmm.
And you?
I just kind of tripped in here. Heard there was good coin to be had, so yeah.
And it seems those rumors aren't entirely wrong.
Certainly.
As the two of you stand there, Dagna comes back. I'll be damned. They got all the kegs back. They hadn't broken into a single one. And Scarlet just kind of gets a smile on her face. Finally, reliable people. Why don't you two take a seat over at one of the tables? I'll have a meal cooked up for you.
All right,
If you
thank you.
insist.
I do.
Asadi looks kind of sus when she hears that. And she'll just look over. Oh, sorry.
She'll look at you, and she seems to understand, and she'll just she'll smile. No one who does a good turn for this for the Golden Stag ever gets put out on their ass without something good to eat. You all get yourselves over to that table.
All right. Yeah, as they sit down, Asadi's going to look over, still very pensive, and she's going to say, just out, not like super loudly, just kind of, normally. Why would you steal a load of ale if you weren't going to drink any of it?
Perhaps they were looking to sell, or perhaps we just got to them before they could.
Maybe.
What do you think? Do you think bartender set that up? Quite a ways to go for, I don't know. To pay people and to feed them? It doesn't add up.
It's probably nothing. I'm probably just overthinking it.
As you guys say that, a woman with a beautiful voice begins to pipe up. And as the song begins, this woman's voice and the playing of her lute seems to make everyone around the tables grow a little bit more lively, a little bit happier. However, roll me a perception test, Ivan.
Okay, this always ends well. 15.
You notice that there is a woman, an Elvari woman, sitting a few tables away from you, and she seems to be intently sort of looking at you with a discerning eye.
Turn back around to Asadi and be like, "Don't be obvious, but I think someone's looking our way."
All right. What do they look like?
Havari, light hair, monochromatic eyes.
Same one as before, or different one?
What do you mean?
The Elvari we saw in the forest earlier. It's not her?
No, it's not her.
Well, they're not making a hostile movement, then we can't exactly do anything.
Suppose we should act natural?
We could also be direct and ask them if they'd like a drink with us.
kind of looks over and moves to stand up to see if Asadi was implying that she would do that or that Igraine would do that.
She'll say it's up to you. I have a feeling that there's not many people that would take an interest in me, Miss Knight. Or Lady Knight.
You and your hair.
She'll shrug.
Your eyes.
Shrugs again.
You're very catching. Grain will stand and go over to this lady.
As you get closer, she seems to turn her head away, and she grabs her bag and she stands up as you get close to her.
Excuse me.
Hmm?
I'd like to have a drink.
Roll me your perception and empathy if you have it.
Can I? Because I'm also interested in this event.
13.
Yeah, you can.
No,
12 and
4
a
stunt
13.
points.
What you get from looking at her, she doesn't look like she wants to join you. And her getting up was maybe more of an indication that she was like, oh, here we go. But now that you're up there, she seems to almost, I'm not going to say glower at you, but she has this sort of a darkened expression. As she looks at you and she kind of turns her head away. No, I wouldn't want to trouble you. I wouldn't want to trouble a noble lady.
No trouble at all.
I can't accept your hospitality. And she'll take one last look at you as if though like she's sort of remembering your face. And then she walks on past.
Well, have a good night.
She doesn't respond.
Walk back over to Asadi and sit and be like, that went well?
Couldn't exactly hear what was going on. Do you know what she wanted?
No. Woman of few words. Wasn't interested in having a drink with us.
Possibly a woman with hostile intent, then.
Why? Is there something I should know about you?
Me? No.
Well, I certainly haven't done anything to... I hope I haven't done anything to warrant hostile action.
Based on what I know, at the very least, the symbol you wear, just the class that nobility occupies here. I think in some cases you wouldn't have to do anything, unfortunately.
Her brow kind of furrows, and she's like, do nobility here not mingle? Not act with kindness?
I can't say here. I've just heard stories, is all. I imagine, because of how things look here, then that the Lord and Lady here are, well, more than deserving of their title. Again, I'm just a paranoid seagull who is on fire. Drinks.
No, your paranoias might might help.
All right. So, as the night progresses on, you guys continue to chat
And drink.
And drink.
Cannot stress that enough. We're getting drunk.
Oh,
You
it's
guys
happening.
you guys drink to the point of intoxication, then.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, then. Yeah, you guys drink till you're drunk. Scarlet offers you guys a pair of rooms.
Yes!
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And each one of you guys is given a key for your individual rooms.
Excellent.
And I think there is a perfect point. That is where this the session will end. So thank you, players, for playing, and thank you, watchers, for watching.